So, when it comes to body positivity and these social constructs, I do wonder, it's like, y'all, I know that we say that there's a construct, but then we also have to be self-reflecting. Are we contributing to these societal norms, or deciding what is beautiful? Like, the trends change, and it depends on what people do and what people fall in. And the more people that do it, it becomes popular, it makes people more money. The more people do it, and then it changes. Again, I've talked about this with eyebrows. No offense, y'all, but if you're a millennial, you probably went and got, microbladed too much, maybe some people, and now, moderate eyebrows are coming back, or untouched eyebrows are coming back, right? So it's just like, I'm not judging. I'm just saying the trends change. So I think it's super important to really self-embrace in some places, especially when these trends are changing, right? Like, we go back in history, even body positivity has changed. We went from, back in the day, it was you were rich, you had lots of money if you were able to have a bigger body, because that means you were eating, right? So that versus we went into the 2000s when, we talk about the 90s and the early 2000s, we talk about Nicole Richie and those skinny times, and Paris Hilton, and that unrealistic, no waist, no hips, set situation. So then everyone tried to get to that. And then all of a sudden, a couple years later, it was about curves and big boobs and BBLs and big and thick lips. And you know what I mean? So it's just again, if we don't want there to be a construct, we've got to stop constructing it. You know what I'm saying? And is it more of a rebellion to just embrace yourself? And again, I understand. You all don't think that I don't stare at these 11s and think, oh, I bet you everybody that looks at me probably looks at that, because that's the popular thing to do, So we've all got it. And it's just do I care? Does that change the world? I don't know. So agreed with body positivity, but it's we also have to be self-aware of what constructs we're adding to, and quote unquote, trends that make these things and little things like eyebrows, makeup trends, clothes trends, that doesn't really hurt. But when it comes to the extremes of, we're in the world of Ozempic and semaglutides and GLP-1s and all those things, and people that are being called out that, don't need it, that aren't in those heavier bodies, that are struggling to lose weight. It's people with, an extra 30, 40 pounds that are trying to get this stuff off. And y'all go look at Sharon Osbourne, and we'll talk about the extremes here. But I think, body positivity is amazing. And I just think too, as well, if we are talking about the patriarchy and these constructs and all those things, I think we have to self-reflect on which we're pushing stuff